Kia ora everybody from Aotearoa, New Zealand. My name is Alexia Black and I was one of Sir Robert Martin's meeting assistants for his role on the United Nations Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. I've been asked to share a few reflections about his achievements on the committee and his legacy. I want to start by acknowledging people's grief. It's been a really tough time this past month, and we're all still in shock that he's gone. When Sir Robert was appointed as an independent expert to the committee in 2016, he pulled a team of people around him to be his assistants, and we saw ourselves as his reasonable accommodations in that space. The United Nations is not a very accessible system, and no one with an intellectual disability had ever been on a UN Human Rights Treaty body before, so we were his reasonable accommodations in that space. It meant that we got to witness Sir Robert work at that international level for a period of 7.5 years. It was a real privilege. He campaigned tirelessly to close institutions and to explain to people why institutions are always places of abuse. He explained that it's not about the size of the institution or what it's made of. It's about the thoughts, feelings and actions that go along with institutions or institutional settings that make them institutional. He said that Article 19 was all about the right to choose where and with whom you live, and he never stopped campaigning on that issue. Sir Robert's journey to the committee had a long history behind it. He was involved in writing the convention, and he encouraged other state parties to bring more people with intellectual disabilities to be part of that process. Once he was on the committee, we all worked together to figure out how to make that space accessible for Sir Robert. No one had ever done that role before, assisting a person with intellectual disabilities to be on the committee. So we asked a lot of questions. We learned together with Sir Robert what he needed to do in that space and how to make adjustments for him so that he could contribute to the committee on an equitable basis with others. We were often asked if it was actually Sir Robert on the committee or whether we were the ones choosing the questions that he asked and telling him what to say. I even had somebody ask me in an international space how I could let him speak in a public setting. How would I know what he was going to say? It was just a real basic level of awareness that still needs to be spread across the world about what people with intellectual disabilities are capable of, and how to assist without taking over. And I think that's part of his legacy, as well as his fighting for deinstitutionalisation. I think Sir Robert doing this job has shown that it's possible. And he's opened the doors for other people with intellectual disabilities and other impairments around the world to think that maybe they could do this job too. He always said he might be the first person with an intellectual disability on this committee, but he didn't want to be the last. And I look forward to seeing all the people that come after him and the wonderful work that they are going to do to continue fighting to make the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities real. I want to thank Inclusion International for this chance to share a little bit about my reflections on his work and just the chance to talk about my friend again. Kia ora, go well everyone.